long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Hello, it's Stephanie back again for another video. You guys remember, if you're regulars here, that I had said that looking at just what the movies, the 5 Star Wars movies took in, and what the net profit was, that they did not pay back the money that Disney had to spend on buying Lucasfilm. These movies did not combine to make $4 billion. So let's talk about this. Caroline Reed, another article out there, talked about the true cost of Disney's Star Wars spinoff Solo. And what she did, she went to Company's House, found out the name of the shell company, and started looking through the filings. And what the filings revealed is that, first off, it didn't cost 260 whatever million or whatever they call it in the end to make this movie. It cost 368 million to make the movie after reshoots, and have that and add that from the marketing budget. Add the marketing budget into this, and you'll have the true cost. Now, it made 398 million, I think. Solo did, and in the end, the movie lost, as what I estimated, and I'm correct, about $200 million. So it's a loss on the same as wavelength as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, why, was it always a Harrison Ford movie or a vehicle with one of his beloved characters that he's played? I don't know. But when you look at the fact that The Force Awakens probably maybe net Disney about, I would say, $500 million in the end, and then you see that Rogue One probably maybe didn't make a profit at all, maybe like a few billion, and you look at the Last Jedi, and then you look at the loss from Solo, and then the Rise of Palpatine. That budget was absurd. Okay, and they probably made together maybe $1 billion. All 5 of these movies. And that's truth. Here are the shell company's filings. But I also looked at what the reported box office net or gross box office was, because those are the only numbers the studios ever release. They never actually release what they truly made, because if you're a stockholder or shareholder in one of these companies and you realize you're getting screwed, you might want to start asking questions, and they don't want that. So, but here's and that's the problem. Okay, that's the issue here, is that we've got this thing going on. There is a feeling among prequel trilogy fans and other people that these movies made Disney all kinds of money. Disney will even lie and say they did. But when you start looking at the numbers, and look, There's a reason why The Acolyte got canceled. All right, The Acolyte got canceled because no one watched it. Period, full stop. Had nothing to do with Amandla Stenberg being a black girl. Had nothing to do with even anything else about it. Well, I think maybe Leslie Headland had something to do with it, just A, who she worked with, and B, her obvious activism. Now, with Solo, a Star Wars story, it was hindered, like I've said, by the writer. Instead of going out and actually looking for a writer that cared about the character, they hired Larry Kasdan's son. It's nepotism, because Larry Kasdan was on the set. They hired 2 directors who've never directed a movie like this in their lives, and they were turning in garbage. Kathleen Kennedy couldn't have been bothered with watching dailies, and then when she did, she was so horrified she had to go to England, fire Lord and Miller, and bring in poor Ron Howard to fix it, and he just couldn't. We have the problem with casting a garden gnome as Han Solo. Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, that's a character that is very hard to cast for because it's a specific type. Okay, and there you got to add the Harrison Ford charisma. Everybody saw it in the first movie when he sits down at the booth. All of a sudden, he's the only person you're looking at. Okay, I mean, there's a reason why Mark Hamill said I thought Harrison was the leading man, is because that's who he is. This is when Americans actually had leading men. Tall, lean, lanky. That was Han Solo in a nutshell. I mean, just a big dude, right? And charismatic, with a big presence. With a hint of mystery, which is very important. Alden Ehrenreich comes in looking like a twerp. Like I said, a lawn jockey, a garden gnome. In fact, if you saw a guy like that trying to romance Princess Leia, you'd be asking the same question that Joe Colombo asks of Al Ruddy when Al Ruddy and him are sitting at the Copacabana watching Cher dance with Sonny Bono. What's she doing with that garden, with that lawn jockey? You have to have someone who looks like this. This is a man the princess could fall for. This is a man that has a presence, a personality, a charisma, a charm. And Alden Ehrenreich, because I've seen this movie on a bet, thanks to Mazars for that. And I couldn't unsee it, by the way. He doesn't have any of that. You can tell he's a tiny person. You can see it. And you don't want that for Han Solo. The only thing it does is make the guy playing Chewbacca look almost as big as Peter Mayhew. How hard would it be to go to, some basketball team, pickup basketball team, and find a guy who is 7'3"? All right? I mean, but wait, there's more. We'll talk more about this.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged, our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
So, when you look at the article, because I'm going to put the article in the description so you can read it, what Caroline Reed basically said verifies what I've said, that they didn't come close to breaking even in buying Lucasfilm. Now, I don't know why she's going through movie with Lucasfilm. I don't, there seems to be a feeling that she's doing this at the bidding of Bob Iger. I don't know. I would say that that's a pretty definite thing to do then. But she, is very adamant about what she's doing here. And I do agree with her on this, that, when you look at the numbers, because they're the only things that really count, to the people who like this shit, I'm sorry. But the numbers don't lie. Okay. This is what the losses for Solo prove. That when people saw the trailer, they were turned off by this little douchebag. Okay. They were turned off by this garden gnome, this lawn jockey. When people saw the trailer, it didn't look like a Han Solo movie. Okay. When people walked out of The Last Jedi, they were so horrified by what had happened to Luke, and they already had seen what happened to Han. White men must be punished for being white men, according to Kathleen Kennedy, and the assholes that made The Last Jedi and Solo, a Soy War story, that they knew what they were going to get. They were going to get a deflated, wussy-looking Han Solo. Okay, no one wanted that. All right, no one wanted that at all. Okay, that is what happened here. Okay, that is what occurred. Just like we got in The Force Awakens. Harrison Ford wasn't going to argue, because I think the original cast felt like it wasn't their movie anymore. But the fans thought otherwise, and were horribly mistaken. Thanks for lying, J.J. Abrams. And that's what happened. These movies, even The Force Awakens, with $2 billion in the bank, when you look at how much money it actually costs to make, most expensive money in spending in history, it didn't make the money it should have made. And that is the problem that Lucasfilm had. So they really can't tell people, and they really can't get people they really can't convince us that they made any money on these, And I wanted to do this video yesterday, but it being Halloween, everything got I got a little ahead of myself. But here's the deal. Kathleen Kennedy and her husband are doing an interview about the John Williams documentary on Disney Plus for The Angler with Richard Rushfield. And I'm hoping there's an announcement or something there about her exit. Okay? So we'll see what happens there. And you know, I hope you guys have a great party or Friday. And I hope Halloween was great. If anything happens today, I'll be back. This is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.